Hello, my dear Royalers. Welcome to another great episode of Royal Black and Elite. I'm Lady Trinette Wilson, your lecturer and social historian. Today's lecture is going to be about a very special woman. Well, special to women. So, guys, this one, you can stay and watch, but it's really about a woman named Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner. And she is the woman who's best known for her sanitary belt. Yes, she created the sanitary belt well before there were the pads that you could put into your underwear. So this changed the modern day health for women, and it was really the early version of the modern menstrual pad. So that's today's lecture. I want to welcome everybody to today. I hope that you enjoy this. Her story is really interesting. She lived a long, wonderful life, but how they did her with her invention was very, very, disheartening. And she came from a very interesting family as well. So I think if you stick around, you'll find, gentlemen, you'll also find this very interesting. So welcome, everybody. Let's get right into our lecture. Now, she was born Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner, Davidson, on May the 17th, 1912, in Monroe, North Carolina. Now, from the very beginning, Mary's family, it was filled with creativity. Her father, Sidney, he had plenty of inventions, and her grandfather invented a tricolor light signal for trains. So you could say inventing was pretty much a part of her family and in her blood. But growing up in the early 1900s, as you well know, African Americans didn't get a whole lot of opportunities. So though they were very smart and they had great, creativity, they didn't have the financial backing because they were a middle class family to really take her inventions to the next level. They Mary is so hidden in history, which is so disappointing that this is really the only picture that they have of her, and then the older lady that I just showed you. So the pictures are very, very scarce for her. Yet she invented something that every woman used at the beginning of the maxi pad. But not only that, she also invented the toilet paper roll. She and her sister, she had a sister named Mildred. I remember I said they came from a very creative family. So her sister Mildred and she hold the patent together of the toilet paper roll. So this woman was amazing. Now, and growing up, they didn't have a lot of money. So she did go to Howard, but she wasn't able to stay because of her financial situation. But that did not let her stop her creativity. As I said, she created the toilet paper holder that allowed for easy replacement. So every time you use the bathroom, you can thank this lady right here. She also created, of course, the sanitary napkin belt. So that was used by women at the beginning. And they would usually, now, listen, back in the day, women would have to stuff towels down there, toilet paper, paper towels, all kinds of things. And that's what they used, on there. So that's what I wanted to share there. And then she also created a back washer, excuse me, for the shower to help people clean hard to reach spots. And even a special carrier attachment for people with disabilities to move around easier. And she created that because her sister Mildred was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and she began to lose the activity of her limbs. So that's how she did that. So Mildred was very special to her. And Mildred even she held the inventions and the patents, and created board games that celebrated African American culture. So this is again part of that truly innovative family that she came from. Now, after she created her invention, she really tried to sell it to companies. But because she was a black woman, and black period, they would not purchase it from her. Now, to look at this woman, you can tell that she's a mixed race woman, or at least, there may have been some lineage in her family. So just imagine someone that light skinned during that period of time couldn't get her sanitary belt that could be used for all the women in the world picked up. So she really wasn't able to do anything with it. And you know what they did? She perfected the design and it was patented in 1956. This is her sister Mildred. And they patented in 1956. And they waited and waited and waited until the patent ran out and would not do it in mass production. And she didn't have enough money to do it herself. So they let it run out. And at that point, she couldn't do it alone. And they produced it themselves. So what does that mean? After the patent ran out, she no longer was protected. And so they could produce it. And who produced it? Places like Kotex and other places. So, these people should at least give these inventors money. It's just so disappointing to hear how we're been done around inventions. Even a little bit of the money to her family would have taken care of her for the rest of her life. But let me tell you about Miss Mary. Miss Mary was thinking about that. She knew these inventions, even though they were great, that there could be a chance that she would not be able to capitalize on them. So as a result, she owned five florist shops throughout Washington, D.C. You see, she was a professional florist. So she took her gift, and even though they wouldn't open any doors for her, she took her gift and applied it to the floral industry. And as a result, she was able to be, financially stable and independent to some degree. Now, was she a millionaire? No. But she was able to take care of her family. Now, she passed away in 2006 at the age of 93. She never became a wealthy woman, but she did all right for herself. Let's just put it like that, with her five floral shops. She's missing from a lot of history books. During Black History Month, we rarely even hear about this woman. But because of her sacrifice, many women had a more convenient time during that time of the month. But not only that, because she and her sister's invention, the toilet paper roll holder, because of that, everybody benefits from that. And so I don't know how she didn't get paid on that as well. Who uses the toilet paper holder? I do. I use that rolling thing all the time. And so, guys, if you couldn't get into the lady stuff, I know you can get into this. Everybody can. So every time you use a bathroom, you all think about Mary Kenner. This is her invention, her sister's invention. And I just wanted to come by and honor her life real briefly. I really, really enjoyed her story. Just about all the family creating and being creative and all of the inventions that they created. She is the woman, the only person a black person who holds five patents. So she holds more patents than any other black person during her lifetime. So I thank you for joining me for another great episode of Royal Black and Elite. Now, continue to learn. Click down below. There are a lot of great other lessons, and I thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me today. See you on another great episode.